Yeah, I agree with Ryan that it is a huge step needed in modernization. UA was definitely falling behind the times when it came to how it recorded data. As soon as tabs came out in web browsers, UA was basically broken. And I think GA4 does a much better job of understanding the user journey. Now, that being said, you do need a mechanic with you. And absolutely, if there's agency people here, this is an opportunity for agencies. The agency people I talk to are also feeling very much like, I don't want to deal with this, which is fair. It's the timing is not great. We just had this whole like global pandemic thing and everyone's a bit tired. And now you have to learn a brand new analytics tool on top of everything else. And it is rushed for sure. GA4 sunset came out much earlier than I think Google was expecting for it to come out because of the privacy issues that were being raised in the EU with regards to universal analytics. And they decided it's so broken, we're just going to dump it. And then we're going to push everyone over to GA4. So the GA4 you have now is not going to be the GA4 that we have in a couple of years. It is still improving and changing. Now, that being said, like I'm not a Google apologist by any means. I think they've made some huge mistakes in the implementation, especially user interface. It is extremely difficult to find things if you don't know what you're doing. Like I feel for my small business clients in particular, like they're not going to become analytics experts. Why are we making them do this, And I think that certainly there are some aspects of GA4 in particular with regards to reporting identities. And I think we're going to touch on that when we get into talking about, hyperlog and whatnot, that I think that a lot of people aren't aware of. And the attribution as well is also a bit confusing. So I think that there are some things that Google's like, don't look behind the curtain, everything's fine. But the reality is like in general, GA4 is a better product than UA in many ways in terms of how the data is there. Can you get the data out? Well, they're still working on that part of things. So I say that GA4 is an excellent data collection tool. It is not an excellent reporting tool. It may become an excellent reporting tool in the future. And there are, I've been publishing a lot of videos on how to do specific things like creating something as basic as a landing page report for just organic pages and how to put that in your navigation in GA4. Something as simple as that is very difficult to find. And the fact that, people who don't work at Google are making videos on how to do these extremely simple things means that for sure it's GA4 is like a group project and they all showed up at the last minute. And there's one person working on it all along going, where have you guys been? And now they're finally starting to get the documentation that we should have had, months ago.